Hey guys, I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I wanted to make sure I had medication in hand before I did this video, and it has been hell getting medication in hand. Oh my god, guys, I can't even tell you how awful it's been. So you all know I've been trying for probably about 9 or so months now to lose weight. It's been pretty unsuccessful. I have in fact put on weight instead of losing weight. My husband started with me at the same time, and he's lost a pretty decent amount of weight and looks really good and is obviously healthier, and I apparently gained the weight he lost. Maybe not quite that much, but seriously, I've put on a pretty big chunk of weight since we started trying to lose weight. So yeah, I've been slowly going through the steps through the Mayo Clinic. Basically taking the steps that you would take if you're going to have gastric bypass surgery, except I don't want to have surgery. But I wanted to do everything else, and then if it eventually got to the point where nothing else worked, then I would consider surgery. So I have done the 12 weeks. There's a support group for behavioral therapy. It meets for 12 weeks. I've done that. I am attending the kind of aftercare group so that it's continued support, but it's outside of that 12-week program. So it's not something you have to attend. It's only there if you want to and if you want that extra support. I missed all of May because of dentist appointments and stuff, but the next meeting is tomorrow, and I'm so excited to go. I've missed it so much, and I really like going to those meetings, and I feel supported, and I feel better after I've been there. So the 12-week program, the aftercare, I've seen a behavioral therapist, I've seen a regular therapist, I've been on antidepressants to calm my anxiety and to try and lift my depression, to give me more energy, and more desire to exercise and to eat better and to just take better care of myself. I use a CPAP every night to control my sleep apnea in hopes that I will have more energy, again, to encourage myself to do more activity. Let's see, what else have I done? I have a Fitbit that I use. I wear it 24 hours a day. The only time I take it off is when I shower or when it needs to be charged, which is every 3 or 4 days. I take it off for about 45 minutes to charge it. Otherwise, I wear it constantly. I log all of my meals on my fitness plan. I have spoke to a dietitian, both individually and in the group setting. Once a month, a dietitian would come. So I've had about 4 dietitian meetings, if you count the ones that were in the actual group setting, and then the one I've done on my own. I work out as much as I can at home. It's really difficult with the kids around. I go swimming every Friday for work, and I work my ass off in that pool. I spend my time swimming laps and doing various leg exercises. Last week I was doing side lunges all the way across and back, like 10 times across the pool and back. Down once and back, that's 1 time, so 20 times if you count going once this way and two that way, whatever. But I work really hard every single Friday. I do my best to get in as much activity outside of that swimming time. We live on a farm, so I try to do what I can outside. I try to walk outside. I'm not very good at it because I'm in a lot of pain. I have a lot of joint pain because of the weight, so my activity level is not very high unless I'm in the pool. But I try to do what I can. Now that we've got pigs and stuff to take care of, I've got chores, the pigs, the garden, that kind of stuff to go outside and take care of, and that has lifted my activity level up. So anyway, the point of the last almost 5 minutes now is I have done everything that I have been asked to do to lose weight, and it's just not happening. My diet isn't perfect, my exercise isn't perfect, but, you know, I've been through the ringer, and the weight just isn't coming off. So the next step was to try medication, and that's kind of my last step before surgery, so I'm kind of scared. I want this medication to work very badly. I went to see an endocrinologist. I did a little weight loss class that they held before you saw the endocrinologist. So I've done that class too. Even though it was already stuff I knew. It was still, I did it. They told me I had to do it. That was how I was going to get to the next step. So I did it, even though I didn't really learn anything. Still did it anyway. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Everything I've been told to do. So I did the class. I spoke to the endocrinologist. Her and I set up a couple of goals to work on for a month. And then I came back a month later, explained to her what my goals had been, explained to her how I had followed these goals and how I'd held up my end of the bargain, and proved to her that I was serious about weight loss and serious about making the changes necessary in my life to lose weight. I made it very clear to her that the medication in my mind was a tool. It was not a cure-all pill. I've never thought of it as being a cure-all pill. I've never thought of any of this being the cure-all, not even surgery. I know that surgery is not the cure-all to obesity. I know that it's a tool. I know that there's a million other things you have to do to make that tool work for you. And I feel the same about the medication. And I made that very, very clear to her. That for me, the medication is just that extra little bit, that bump that I need. There's a hump that I can't seem to get over. And I feel like that medication is going to be the bump that I need to get over the hump. And to finally start losing a significant amount of weight and significantly changing my health before it is too late. Before I do end up diabetic. Before I have a heart attack or a stroke or whatever. I don't want to be bedridden. I see those women so obese that, and men too, that have to use the little scooters to go grocery shopping. I don't want to be that person. That scares the hell out of me. So I'm hoping that medication is that last bump to get me going the other direction, because I just keep going this way and I want to go back down this way. I don't expect to be skinny. I'm not trying to be skinny. I don't want to be skinny. I just want to be healthy. I want to be at a weight where my blood pressure is not an issue, where I'm not at risk for diabetes, where my sleep apnea is gone, where I'm able to move without being in pain, and I'm able to enjoy my family and have a longevity of life and a quality of life, which right now I don't have because of my weight. I don't have the quality of life that I want. So, all of that being said, and all of that being done, the endocrinologist agreed that medication would be the best route. And she wrote me a prescription for Phentermine. We discussed the options. I'm going to start at the lower dose of Phentermine, see how that goes. If I need to bump up to the next bigger dose, I can. If that's still not enough, they can then add Topamax to try and help boost my weight loss. But we're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to work our way up only if we need to. If we don't, if it works, awesome. If we need to go up, that's okay, we'll go up. So I still have baby steps before surgery, but at least I've got some leeway there, kind of between where I am now and where surgery would lie. And like I said, I don't want to have surgery. I mean, it's there, it's in my mind, but I don't want to have to do it. The hiccups, I'm really sorry. Anyway, I get the prescription written, and I take it to Shopko Pharmacy, the pharmacy that I take all of our medications to. That's where mine and Anna get, or where Anna and I get our thyroid medications. That's where I've gotten my antidepressants. That's where Wyatt gets his allergy medicine. Everything we've ever gotten has come from Shopko, because it is just down the road from our house. So I bring the prescription in, and they tell me that I have to have prior authorization from my insurance company in order to have them pay for the medication. Okay, how do I do that? Oh, we'll send the paperwork to your doctor. Your doctor will fill it all out and send it to us, and then we'll get it through the insurance company and everything. We'll take care of everything. So how long is that going to take? Oh, it could take a week. a week. I've already been in this process for a month. 9 months if you count everything that I've been doing. I was pretty unhappy about that. One pharmacist told me that he didn't think that the insurance company would pay for weight loss medication. I called the insurance company and I called our very specific drug provider and asked both of them, and they both very happily informed me that as long as I was being prescribed the Phentermine to help me lose weight because of a medical condition like sleep apnea that is complicated by obesity, that they fully covered. Any medication that's used for weight loss, they cover it, so long as there's a medical reason behind it. The one pharmacist pointed out that there was a contradiction between the Lexapro that I had been taking and the Phentermine. I told her that I was aware of that, that the doctor had okayed that anyway, knowing what my medication list was, but that I was getting off that medication because it was not working. She said, okay, whatever, just wait for the insurance paperwork to go through. I checked back. This was on a Tuesday. I checked back on Friday. Stuff still hadn't gone through, so I contacted the clinic and made sure that they were getting everything through. Then today, Monday, I receive a letter in the mail that says everything has gone through insurance. You are approved for 3 months of Phentermine. At that time, we will reevaluate your need for it, but for now, you are approved for 3 months of a 30-day supply. Okay. So I go into the pharmacy, assuming that they had gotten the same information I had, and went in there with my letter, just in case. And the pharmacist says to me, pills in hand, mind you, she says to me, nope, can't give it to you. It contradicts with the Lexapro. Okay, well, I'm no longer taking the Lexapro. I said that last time I was here, that I was changing that medication. I am not on that medication. You may have noticed I haven't refilled my prescription. I filled a different prescription. Well, somebody wrote a new prescription for the Lexapro for you, so I'm not going to give you the Phentermine. She basically called me a liar. I kept trying to explain to her that that was a mistake, that someone had accidentally written a new prescription for the Lexapro when they were meaning to do it for the Effexor, and it was just a mistake. If you look, you will see that the next day a different prescription was written and a different prescription was filled, and there is no contradiction between that prescription and the Phentermine. You can see that I didn't fill the Lexapro. I haven't filled the Lexapro. I've run out of Lexapro. I have no Lexapro. She pretty much gave me a, I don't give a shit. I'm not giving you this medication. It's not happening, as she held it in front of me. She told me that they had tried several times to call the clinic and get the approval from the doctor, but nobody had returned their phone calls. She was very rude. She was very angry. I told her none of this made sense to me. What am I supposed to do? I don't understand. She was just really nasty about it. So I told her, fine, I'll call the clinic. I'll get it straightened out. I'll be back when I have it straightened out. So that's what I did. I messaged both my regular doctor and the nurse that kind of keeps track of me between doctor's appointments and keeps track of my Lexapro and all that kind of stuff, my antidepressant. And I contacted the endocrinologist department. Endocrinology gets back to me and says, nope, they haven't called. They haven't left any messages. Nobody has contacted us about you whatsoever. We had no idea that you hadn't filled this prescription yet. We had no idea there was any issue. Talked to that nurse. She called the pharmacist and said there was a mistake that was meant to cancel the current prescription that she had, and it instead went through as a new prescription. We were trying to take the Lexapro off so that you would see there was no contradiction. Someone on your end screwed it up and made it into a new prescription. So I called. She called me and said, okay, it's fine, everything, you can go get your prescription. So I call here and I ask, can I pick it up? Oh yeah, everything went through insurance. I said, I know that, but I was there today at about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and they refuse to give me the prescription. Can you please go check with the pharmacist and make 100% sure that I can come pick this medication up? Oh, well, okay. So whoever it was I talked to gets off the phone for, I don't know, probably a minute, and comes back. Yes, okay, everything's good. You can come pick up the prescription tomorrow. What do you mean tomorrow? Why tomorrow? Well, we only have 29 pills, and the prescription is for 30 pills. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I have a million things to do tomorrow. I have my meeting. It's Wyatt's birthday. I got to pick up his birthday cake. I've got CPR and first aid training for work. I don't have time to swing by tomorrow. I want it now. I don't care if it's 29 pills instead of 30. Give it to me now. I will deal with that 3 months from now. Now. I want it now. If I come down there now, is it going to be ready? Oh, yeah, it is, but it'll only be 29 pills. Don't give a shit. Just have it ready for me. So I get down here, and